Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and after making a first impressions video of this game, I felt like the game warranted some continued coverage, so I am picking up right where I left off from that video, and we have just docked with our base with this new ship, which we haven't yet named. We left behind our A1 steak sauce shuttle. I don't really have a clever name for this ship, but maybe I'll come up with them later. Oh, good, you're back. Meet me in logistics. On my way. Alright, logistics was over here, and I believe it's labeled as well. There it is. Okay. Alright, just one last step before we will be ready to create new ships as often as you like. We're going to have to scrap this one. How do I do that? Right-click on the ship and select the Scrap Research option. Afterwards, you will see the ship design is added to available ships for spawning at any point. Easy enough. When I detect that the ship has been scrapped, I will also unlock a bunch of weapons that you can equip onto it. They aren't fancy, just some standard stuff that was already in the database. Why didn't I have guns from the start? I'll say how do I equip, because that's more informative. To equip weapons, you'll need to select the ship you spawn and click on the glowing red icons to pick each gun type from the drop-down menu. I will equip whatever weapons you like. Alright. I don't know if I follow that necessarily, but I guess it's just one of those things we'll have to try it out and see. So we're going to spawn the ship. Also, if you want to repair your ship or change the attached weapons in the future, just dock and come back anytime. If I'm repeating myself, it's because I ran many simulations, and in every instance where I repeat myself, boring! You eventually yell something rude like boring, just giving me the excuse I need to stop helping you. Feel free to respawn the next ship on your own. Alright, whatever. So we right-click, scrap, arc research. Hey, would you look at that? You have a space station and a ship that you can create. Lots of guns and such. I dare say I can ignore you for a while now. So you'll just turn yourself off, right? On the contrary, I plan to stick around and encourage you to go off and get yourself killed as much as you like. Progress demands, you know, whatever. So that's how you talk to me? Here I was feeling relieved that you can't mess up my plans by getting yourself killed anymore, and you assumed I would just go away. Seemed reasonable to me. And he didn't say anything. I'm here to die for your amusement. It seems like a great plan. Alright, I think that just totally glitched out, because there was a box that wasn't readable. I hit whatever that response was, and then it blipped back up for a second, but I didn't catch it. So, I guess if you're real quick with the pause button, I guess you can read it, but let's go into the spawn ship here. So we have another ship design. I'm not sure what this does. Nothing. Okay. I don't know how much currency we have, but there is some expenditure to spawning these ships. So A1 steak sauce out there did cost me some amount of currency. I don't know what to call this ship. I'll call it the B1 Betsy, for a lack of another term or name. Okay, so I guess clone design? Or do I hit select? Select. Alright, there it is. Alright, so left click. Ah, there we go. There's the red icon. So we click on that. So we've got fixed machine gun, which is the only choice there. Oop. Left click. Fixed machine gun. 150 millimeter autocannon. What's all the way in the back? All right, so we'll do one of those. Might as well do 2 of those. And then we'll do 2 machine guns. Ooh. There we go. Full complement of weapons. Anything else we can do with this? Right click, right? Repair? Can't make this one out. The resolution I'm looking at this in, which is, 1080, the font is very hard for me to read. All right, well, whatever. Let's go check out our ship. All right. Get in the thing. All right, so now we're in it. So those are the machine guns, I'm going to assume. I don't know where the autocannons are. Are these them? It'd be kind of nice if you moused over something, if there was a tooltip that told you what the object was. Like, so if I moused over this, it'd tell me it's a reactor, thruster, so on. So I actually knew what the ship was made out of. Maybe that's something that happens later. What happens if I right mouse button on things? Nothing. Okay. So we undock. Not exactly sure what we're supposed to be doing now. He just told me to go this far. I don't even know how to use weapons or anything. See what happens if we get... There we go. That fires the guns. So this is our firing arc. If I right mouse button, it fires the guns. Alright. Well, we'll go towards this planet-looking thing. And see what happens. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? We just die horribly, right? I mean, I literally do not have any objectives before it was... Oh. And the game just crashed on me. All right. All right, we're back. Okay, so what happened was the game crashed on me and corrupted my save file. And one of the issues with this game is that you only have one save file. You don't have any more than just that one. So if it gets corrupted, you're pretty much screwed and have to start over from the beginning. And I got to the point where I more or less was before. And again, not having much direction, couldn't really figure out what I was supposed to do. And I played around with some stuff. I got myself shot up and killed. And I learned some things. And I was really frustrated with the game because outside of that very basic tutorial, that's pretty much it so far in the game. You get this very basic tutorial, and then they just throw you out there, and here's the open world, deal with it. Now, from what I understand of what the developers have said, is they plan to have this be very story-driven, but all we got as far as story is what I've shown you in the very beginning there. Now, I encountered that computer that was giving me the tutorial before in the bar, and he gave me a little bit more tutorials, but they were honestly not great tutorials. It was mostly just explaining how the research tree works, which was really not that good of an explanation, and explained to me the fact that if I find other crew members, I can bring them back, but I have to have another cloning station to really utilize them. So that's more or less what I gained from that conversation. That's pretty much it. Now, the biggest problem I was having is just using the WASD keys that they explained to me how to move around. You move incredibly slowly. So if I come out here, you see the map here, and there's a station up there. Well, I want to move to it. You see how slowly I move? It's incredibly slow. And there was no explanation that there is a faster way to move. At all. Zero. Now, I could see over here there's this icon for travel drive, but if I click it, nothing happens. So I was starting to think, well, my ship just doesn't have it. Well, that's not true. I had to go through the settings and look at the key bindings, and I found out there's a key for it. Right there, you see it loading up, and then you're going to start moving very quickly. Why that is not in the tutorial, I have no clue, but it's nonsense. And the fact that I had to figure that out on my own is really terrible game design. So I'm not really too pleased with that element here. Definitely the tutorial needs improved. Now, another issue at the speed is the fact that there are asteroids, and if I collide into them, they were obviously do damage to me. Now, the only asteroids that are actually physically here are the ones that are highlighted in white. The ones that are in black, well, those are just background. All right, so I'm going to get out of the jump drive here and just go back into normal movement. Now, the thing that you missed is I got to this area, and there were a couple turrets that were attacking me. And they ended up doing damage severe enough to my ship that I just more or less just killed myself. And I got an idea of how the combat and repairing works. And the repairing works pretty much the same way it did in the tutorial. You just mouse over the damaged area and you just hold down the left mouse button to repair. It's very slow to repair the different systems. And I'm actually not sure. I only killed one of the turrets. I don't really know where the other one went to. But in any case, go ahead and zoom back in here. So this is the ship that I was using before, and it got all shot up. But technically, it's still workable. And then there was another turret down here. Now, I have no clue what happened to it, but it's now just looks like a debris here. Let's see if we can dock with anything. I can't even dock with my dead ship. Can we interact with this turret at all? Yeah. Now, see, when I killed the one turret, it blew up and put out a bunch of loot that I could collect. But I'm wondering if this is even something that I can do anything with. I mean, it looks like it's getting damaged, but not really. And, here's another Hulk here. Can't dock with it, though. So, oop, and I ran into it. Let's see if that did any damage. Yeah, big damage. So, what's going on here is we have a hull breach, which I need to seal, otherwise, as we can see by the red, just like with an FTL, that breach will mean that oxygen in the red areas is not really, it's oxygen deprived. So obviously I'll die if I stay in those areas. Now, repairing the hull is a little bit frustrating because you don't really know where the confines of it is. You just kind of have to wave your mouse around until you have it repaired. But this is more or less how the repair works, and it's very time consuming, as you can see here. It takes quite a while to do. And one issue I found with that one ship that got shot up is unless you can reach a bit of damage, you can't repair it. So this thruster back here had gotten shot off, and I couldn't repair it because my body is physically too far away from the thruster to repair it. As well as the hull pieces here in the back, they were physically too far away from me to be able to be repaired. So that's one thing that I'm noticing is kind of a problem, is unless you have designed your craft specifically to allow you to reach most every system on your ship, you won't really be able to fully repair it without going to a station and doing so. So that was kind of an issue. Now, I mentioned I had destroyed one of the, I guess they were just remote turrets or drones. And I mentioned I destroyed one. When I destroyed it, it popped up a bunch of lootable resources that I could scoop up. But unfortunately, that seems to not be the case anymore. Those resources seem to have disappeared. Maybe it's something that happens after a given time. So we have a station here. It looks like we can dock with it. Now, I may be able to shoot that one kind of scrap out there and salvage it that way. Ooh. I don't want to run into anything here. Okay. Looks like I'm aligned okay. Just have to bring myself close. I would say my favorite part of this game so far has just been the docking feature. I really like how that works. Alright, so we're on the station. Let's go check that out. Alright. Okay, I don't really know what any of this is. Oh, monster. How do we shoot it? Oh, good. It didn't explain combat to me, so I don't have any clue how to do anything about this. I have a weapon, but I don't know how to use it. So I'm going to have to go into the key bindings. Right mouse button aim. Oh, there. Okay, there we go. All right. Unfortunately, the sound for the shooting is very quiet to non-existent. All right, well, we killed that. All right, killed that. What is this? Use gunnery console. All right, not ready, prepared to do that. This cargo. Ooh. Yes, please. And data core. And an unencrypted data core for a common computer. Okay. Okay, so not really sure how I activate it. We'll find that out later. But we do have a new weapon. Hopefully we'll make it easier to deal with these. Excess cargo, scrap metal, and more data cores. Again, deal with that later. Okay, replace failing components in the space station as well as for use constructing new ships. Alright, so it says I don't have much use for them. Alright, whatever. We'll loot it nonetheless. Alright, so we'll just go down this main hallway. See some more aliens that way. Oh. Alright, so it looks like there's kind of a overheating feature. Or maybe a reload feature. So we just gotta... Alright, submachine gun's pretty effective. There we go. Alright, so... let's just go and finish off the aliens, and then we can access stuff later. There's no zoom in, zoom out, so I can only see as far as I can see. Alright, well, I don't know... I was about to say I don't know if that is pressurized, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Alright, so we've got a fair number of aliens charging at us. But they seem not too difficult to deal with. Alright. So the computer did warn us that there was a number of hostile alien life. Alright, I don't really know what this is all about, if I even care to clear it out or not. But, I mean, why leave aliens on the station if I don't need to? I wonder if these are, respawning, too. But it's not that hard to deal with these aliens, for sure. That initial one got me because I didn't know how to do the combat, which it would have been nice if they had included in maybe a tutorial or something. But for me to have to go through menus to find out how to play the game, I mean, it's nice that I could, but not really great game design. It looks like it automatically reloads if you're not using the weapon. Wow, good aim. Wow. There we go. Alright. Clear out all these aliens. Ooh, we have even more systems over here. So we're pretty much going throughout the entirety of the that asteroid that we saw. for this base. Okay, these things are a little bit more resilient, but do not have ranged combat capabilities, so dealt with. All right, I think we've cleared out the base. So let's figure out what's this all about. All right. Nothing in that cargo hold. And we have an assault rifle and another submachine gun. Well, might as well grab it. Remove that. Get the assault rifle instead. See how this looks. All right. A little bit slower firing, but I'm assuming it does more damage. I could have looked at the stats. I'm sure that's what it says, but... All right, continuing on. All right, let's see what all the different rooms are. I'm going to assume this is a place I can heal. These are just rooms. All right, it seems like it's automatically healing me just as I stand here. Okay. Fully healed. Moving along. Let's see what's in this area. Nothing of note. All right, let's go over to this area. Another cargo hold. So some more scrap and a new weapon. Just a rifle, which looks different than the assault rifle we currently have. Take a look at what that looks like. So we'll replace that submachine gun here. So very slow firing. Matter of fact, I think I only got one shot out of that. I mean, I'm left mouse buttoning, it's not shooting again. Oh, no, it's just incredibly slow firing. Okay, so that's a terrible weapon. We don't want that. I mean, it might do a lot of damage, which it does look like it does. But DPS is a lot lower. Matter of fact, it says the submachine gun. And there is a difference between the stats of the submachine gun. So, based off the difference in the fire rates and things like that, this submachine gun says it's the most effective weapon we have. So, okay. If you say so. Go to the other cargo hold. After we figure out what this is. Alright, it's a gunnery console. And console connected to nothing. Alright. We have this at. We have armor. We put on. Another rifle. Which is a little bit quicker. I mean, I figure we might as well take everything we can carry, right? Why not? What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to switch. Doesn't look like my character changes its appearance. The armor goes in that slot. It doesn't go in any other. I mean, if we put that there and we put this there, yeah, so it has to go there. So it doesn't change my character's appearance. And let's check this out. How do we use these? So if we hit 4. Okay, I guess we use that. Well, if that's what we have to do to use things, that's kind of tedious. You have to put it in your slots and use them one at a time like that. All right. So that is something that probably needs changed. A way for me to use things in my inventory would be nice, rather than this very clunky system. So that's definitely something that needs worked on. Because this is incredibly slow. And I don't really know what benefit this is giving me either, other than maybe research. So if I go to the research tree. Yeah, so it looks like it's doing things as far as the research goes. I mean, I don't know what this means. So if we click on that, takes 30 seconds. Like, I see that there's a cost for the research, but where is our actual amount of research that we have? Like that I don't get. So yeah, there's some things that need improved there as well. So let's just start that research. And is it continuing to do? Okay. So is that the mass? Is that what we're using as the currency for science? Again, there was something that... Okay, now it's not letting me use it. Because we're currently working on research. Okay. Huh. It's not letting me select that now. Okay. I'm going to assume that's a glitch. Oh, meme collection. That's why I can't use it. This data core seems to be entirely full of only the dankest of memes. You find most of them impossible to comprehend. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. That was funny. Alright. There, we have stuff and things. Alright, let's try this gunnery console, because I don't really know what it does. Okay, it didn't really help. My understanding of that. So I'm going to assume I have seen everything. Alright, I have no idea how to use the gunnery controls. Or if they're even connected to anything. Okay, moving along. Let's go back to our ship. And I guess from here, what we can do is we can go in our cargo hold and drop off all the stuff that we're not currently using. It looks like a stack of 64 is as big as they can get. Okay. I don't see a reason to have more than one weapon on me. There's not like any necessarily a ammo supply. You just have to reload after a certain amount of time. So there we go. Go back in our ship and undock. And then fly away, I guess. Alright, so let's see if we can get into some combat here. So, I'm going to open up the zoom out on the map. We have another station over there, and I think that's worth moving over to. And it looks like there's a bad guy, too. We can try and shoot up this... Oh, I could have repaired at that station, maybe. No, there wasn't a logistics bay, so no, I couldn't have. I could try shooting this up, but I'm not really sure if ammo is something you get back or not. There's something else here, too, and I don't know if that's something we can shoot up. In any case, we're going to go, once we navigated outside of this asteroid field, we're going to go ahead and turn on the travel drive and get over there. Let's start zooming out. Okay. So we need to go pretty far away to get there. Once we have the travel drive activated, it shouldn't take too long. Alright, well definitely the enjoyment factor of the game goes up quite a lot once you figure out how to use the travel drive, as the speed that you're going is dramatically faster. Obviously, you have to avoid the asteroids, but if you're zoomed out far enough, you can see them coming. I don't really see that as big of a problem. There, we can see him firing at me. This is more or less how combat works. There we go. Blew him up. Let's open up the scoop and get over there. I mean, I don't honestly know what these things are that I pick up, because it doesn't say. But I guess we can check it out here. Don't hit the asteroid. I'm hitting reverse thrust like hardcore. Alright, turn off the scoop. Alright, so I'm just going to hop out here and just look into the cargo hold and see if we got anything different. Alright, so we've got exotic matter. This energy-dense byproduct of reactor field collapse is so valuable that most mainstream manufacturers subsidize insurance payouts with the stuff. By purchasing a reactor, users agree to return the matter upon donation of their drive. In practice, however, both returns and claims are rare on account of fraud and the user death invalidation of the clause. Alright, so I don't have any clue what that does. Let's see if we can use it. So, no, it doesn't look like it. So, we'll just stick that over here into our cargo hold. Now, if we blow up the ship, or if we die, I mean, we lose whatever we've looted, obviously. Alright, so we have an enemy vehicle coming in here. Pretty close. So that was just a... ooh, I should probably repair while I'm thinking about it. So we want 1. Repair any damage that's been done to us very quickly. Uh-oh. Getting shot at, I think. Yep. Little fighter. Whoa. Alright, we chopped off one of its wings. Okay. Might have disabled it. Let's just be sure here. There we go. And go scoop that up as well. Alright, so far so good. And it looks like that's the station below us. Let's just zoom out here. Yeah, there it is. So, I'm going to go ahead and slow down. We'll repair while we wait. Got a little bit of damage to our docking area, which is obviously going to prevent us from docking, so need to repair that. Nothing else looks all that damaged, so just kind of mouse over the area just to be sure. So this area is a little damaged. Alright, there we go. Okay. Might as well equip our weapon here. We don't know what to expect. Alright, some more aliens it looks like. Alright. A little bit in trouble, mostly because they backed me into corner. There we go. Dealt with that situation. I have a feeling that this station is going to be much like the other one. Not all that many useful things. And the aliens fairly easy to deal with. Okay. But the fire rate of this is much quicker. Alright, let it round the corner. I mean, accuracy is obviously an issue. I don't know if there's a run key. Again, I haven't looked at the key bindings for that to see if there is one. But that would be nice, honestly. But I see why it's not in the game, maybe. Alright, nothing over here that I can see. I have no idea what these things are because there's no identification of any of these systems. Again, that would be nice if it existed, but fortunately not. There's nothing I can activate here. And obviously, I think the aliens need work as they are more or less just non-moving sprites. I mean, the sprite of my character at least has a walking animation. Those were totally unanimated, it looked. Like, to me, anyway. And frankly, the challenge of the aliens is so-so. Alright. I haven't really truly been overwhelmed by them yet, let's put it that way. Alright, so we have a little one over here. Okay. We might as well check what these things are. So we got another assault rifle. DPS-wise, not quite as good as what we've got. The cargo area, nothing. The cargo area, a data core, which we'll use, and we've got some scrap. Okay. So let's use that. And I didn't notice the mass go up, so that must not be the resource for that. We've got a cargo here, nothing. Cargo here. That's not any better than what we've got. Now, whether or not we can trade these things, I really don't know. Got another data core, we'll use that. Let's open the research tab here. Alright, so we got a new weapon. We'll just go down the tree. So, all Vulcan, start research, takes 50 seconds. And we'll continue on while that works. Got some more scrap. Alright. Go up this way, see what these things are. Okay, nothing. Got an alien coming down. And I don't have my weapon selected. Here we go. Okay. Another cargo area. Nothing. This looks like something different. Oh. Well, whatever it is, I can't access it. Okay. These are just quarters. And the alien is residing in one. Alright, that's taken care of. We have a healing bay, actually a couple healing bays. Gunnery console, and I haven't figured out how to use that. View map. Oh, okay. Gives me an idea of the system. We've got a star over there, a bunch of debris, maybe a planet. Can I click on any of this? No? Alright, so we get an idea of the surrounding area. This is probably our home base. Possibly. I wonder if we have a map auto shotgun. Well, that's better than what we've got. I wonder if we have a map like that back home. I never really checked our station. See if that's true. Is this another one of those useless data cores? Some ancient data structure which can't be parsed by even the best of modern code-breaking software. Based on the file name and location, you are pretty sure it's used by some legacy software that should have been replaced thousands of years ago. It contains nothing interesting. Alright, well, we'll get rid of that. I think we missed a cargo area earlier then. Another gunnery console. Back the other way. Down one of those hallways that I assumed was nothing. Except I don't remember exactly where it was. Let's check out the weapon, though. That's pretty good. Yeah, there. Okay. Another armor. Doesn't look like it's as good. Although it comes with a shield. Let's see if we can equip it somewhere else. No, okay. Alright, so this shield is just damage reduction, D2 capacity, whatever that is, and health regen. This is health regen, D2 capacity, 0, shield recharge, and damage reduction. So it doesn't look as good, although it does come with a shield, which is a benefit that the other one does not have. Okay. Moving along. We just came from this area, so we'll just move down. And that's pretty much it. So that's it for this station. All right. Let's get back in the ship. Oh, enemy. Let's undock. All right. We may just run from this enemy. I'm not sure if I want to engage it or not. What I'd like to do, not hit that asteroid, which I did anyway, is avoid it if I can. And just fly back to base. All right, so I think that was a pretty successful excursion. And honestly, I think this game has a lot of promise, but I think I'm probably at this point going to hold out for more development, as I honestly don't think that there's enough to do in the game to hold my interest. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, which I may or may not have broken up into 2 videos. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.